Welcome into Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
You're damn right it is. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a Monday episode. As you can see, well, you can see I'm a little bit like this, but we'll get that fixed. I'm back in the friendly confines. It is Monday, and we're looking at this as day freaking one. Can you believe it? It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. We are live every single weekday right here on the Stadium Network, Valley Sports Live, and we'd like to welcome in our presenting sponsor. That's right. For the next month, Afterburn, the movie starring, among others, my man Dave Bautista and Samuel L. Jackson. They are on board for the next 30 days, and we are super, super excited for that. Now, you guys know Mondays is our busiest day here at the brand, and I mean busy, busy, busy. We've got multiple shows throughout the day. Now, coming up at 2 Eastern Time, it's Off the Ropes on Sirius XM, Channel 156, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. At the same time, on our Coach and Company YouTube channel. Yes, we have reached the number that we need to get to now be completely separate. So you can become a brand new premium member for Coach and Company. We'll still have our BTT. Now we have Coach and Company, and you're going to get a ton of extra content. If you become a member, scan that QR code on the screen right now and make it a part of your day. We're doing a ton of live shows. Whenever I'm home and I'm not busy, on nights that have football games, we will be doing live watch-alongs. I promise you that. Q&As, it'll be all kinds of fun stuff. You get an extra episode every single day, 3 to 5 minutes or so, if you are a premium member. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my guys are ready. And I've been in hotels for 3 weeks, and I didn't even know. Are they ready to come in? Oh, yes, we are back home. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to beat the books. All right, look at this motley crew back on a Monday. What am I talking about here? Now, before I even get started, there are certain people that come in that are above the line, above the fray. Gentlemen, can we give a Rafael clap, please, to our first two members, Kimberly and Nonsense McGee, already members. That's what we do. Producer man, there's Nonsense. Kimberly also. That's how you become a leader. So, Rafael, it's your clap. It's your clap. So we're going to say good morning to you. He's our numbers guy. He's also back home for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, company. It's a Monday. I had a fantastic weekend. I am pumped because now we have college football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let's go.
It's week one. Enough of this week 0 stuff. By the way, we'll be talking about that game coming up in a little weekend rewind. I have a feeling that this next man needs to get a little something off his chest. Say good morning from Sure Dog USA, our main man, Mikey P. What's up, Mike?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, great weekend. Happy to be back. The PFL had a great World Tournament, but I am ready for football season.
You're damn right we are. Now, I know DG is an absolute movie maven. And when we signed Afterburn with a man who knocked me out in Steubenville, Ohio, all those years ago, DG, I know you were reveling in that. Good morning to you live from Memphis, Tennessee.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, guys. Yeah, I love when we have some movies come on, little presenting sponsor, and it's Dave Bautista. I just love his entrance, and so hopefully we get a little bit of that feeling this morning for the show.
Yeah, I think so. And it's really crazy because it's actually a real sponsor. And no, not somebody who called me on a Sunday morning out of nowhere. All right, finally. Oh, DG, you're not the only one that can be petty, big boy. You're not the only one. All right, next. He is live from the Dirty. And NFL and football is his thing. Say good morning to Big Chuck. Charles, good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach Man Company. Yes, shout out to Nonsense and Kim becoming members. Very good look. We can tell European soccer is back. We're already fighting with VAR, but we're already looking forward to a new week. We're absolutely loaded. We're 2 weeks away from the NFL. Can't wait.
Whoa, 2 weeks?
Is it?
10 days, big boy. 10 days.
I forget.
Then I had, I've got the we call the divorced dads poker game out here. You guys know I play it like once a month. I missed August because I was gone for 3.5 weeks, and they almost had to cancel the game when your boy wasn't at the game. But do you know when the next day is that they wanted to have the divorced dads poker game? Anyone?
September the 4th.
No, September the 5th.
Oh.
Do you know what's on September the 5th, DG?
I don't. The Chiefs game.
Exactly. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs. And I said, if I'm going to sit with a bunch of dudes that I'm going to take their money while I'm taking the people that bet against the Chiefs money all at the same time, I'm here for it. I said, I'm in. Can you guys tell I'm fired up this morning? Can you tell I'm fired up this morning? All right. I have one very simple question for all of you. You're damn right you do. Sorry, Rafael. Way too late on that one, big boy. DG wants all the smoke this morning. Best bets. Let's get started. Go.
Francisco. That's fun to say. We're going to go with Francisco Lindor over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's at -115. This dude is hitting .429 versus Christopher Sanchez. And Lindor is smoking hot. 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs in 9 of his last 10 games. We got a good matchup going up against a subpar pitcher. So we love our matchup here with 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs from Francisco. And then another guy that everybody loves, Vinny Pascantino, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -120 with a cattail in my way. But listen about the last 7 games. He's had 6 home runs, 11 hits, 7 runs, 12 RBIs. He's covered in 7 straight games. The dude is en fuego. Let's roll with Vinny today with 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs.
I got to admit, I got a little distracted. Which one of the 2 cats was that?
That was Callie. I don't know why she's in here. I didn't know she was in here, honestly.
Bro, it's day 1. Even Callie's fired up and ready to go. That's what we're talking about. Let's see her. Oh, DG and his cats. Hey, our pets here are family. You know what I mean? They're family. All right. God. By the way, did you guys know that we're presented by Afterburn? Look at producer man. How cool is that? Dave Bautista there on the right side. Let's just let that marinate for a second. I know it stings for a few. It's great for us. Just let it marinate. Mikey P, do you know what that's called? Presenting sponsor, big boy. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm coming over to you, home from the PFL. You did an amazing job last week. You asked some great questions in the post-fight press conference, which I, of course, hosted. So thank you very much for bringing it strong. But now I need you to put that in the rear view, and let's focus on the here and the now. Best bets, go.
I'm going to come out even stronger. I'm going to have a little synergy with DG in this Mets and Phillies game. Give me Kodai Senga and the Mets on the money line. Kodai Senga 5-1 at home. He's only had 2 starts in his career against the Phillies, but he has less than a 1.5 ERA. The Mets and Phillies, always a great rivalry. The Mets are trying to catch up. They're trying to show that they're a playoff caliber team. I like the Mets at +107. And then Bryce Miller. Here's a guy who had 171 strikeouts last season, hampered by injuries this year. All we need him for tonight against the Padres is 4 or more strikeouts. It's a -125. Bryce Miller, 4 or more strikeouts.
Absolutely love it. By the way, shout out to Kevin Walls, a new premium member. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you right now that every single night that I'm just sitting here during the fall doing nothing, I'm going to jump on. But it's only going to be for members. And I'm sure many of you have nothing else to do. No kids at home. No wives. Sorry, I'm losing my focus. All right. So we got Mikey down. We got DG down. Where do I go next? Rafael, big boy, best bets, go.
We're going to baseball. We're going to take the Milwaukee Brewers first 5, -0.5 or -0.5 run line if you want to look at that, -3 nickels. They lost back-to-back games over the weekend. They can't do that. The Cubs are only 5 back in the first place. Now they welcome a team that lost. They welcome Arizona. We're coming. Last time we saw them on the road, they lost 3 straight to the Colorado Rockies. So I think the Brewers hit them hard. Easy win. I think the Brewers win this one. We're going to take first 5 instead of the whole game. And then in basketball, WNBA. This is a one where you have to find DraftKings, FanDuel, all of them have that. We're going to take my girl, MVP Wilson, plus 115 versus Angel Reese to have more rebounds. Yes, I know Angel Reese is averaging 12.2 boards a game. But her last 8 games, she's only had 1 game that had 12 boards. Wilson is on fire. The Aces are on fire. They easily beat up Chicago, who lost to Super Connecticut their last game. I think MVP Wilson has a big game tonight.
I wonder if they're going to call it the Connecticut Sun after they move to Boston. Do you think they will, Rafi? Will still be the Connecticut Sun?
I'm hearing not, because the Boston Globe asked me if I was going to do any prop bets for the new team name, so probably not.
Did you guys notice that low-key flex by Rafael? Oh, the Boston Globe reached out. Oh, interesting.
Same.
The Boston Globe. They didn't call me. Interesting. All right, Big Chuck. Look at Raphael's little smirk over there. What a little smirk. All right, Big Chuck. Today's day one. Best bets. Go.
Day soccer, EPL, Newcastle versus Liverpool. And when these two get together, we just tend to see fireworks. They have actually scored 20 total goals in their last 6 meetings. Meeting play number 1, the both teams to score and over 2.5. This is cashed in 5 of their last 6 matches. Plus, I like the Magpies as dogs in this spot. Go ahead and give me Newcastle first half team total over half a goal. They averaged 1.1 first half team goals at home last season.
Absolutely love it. By the way, do you guys hear like a leaf blower or something in the background of somebody's thing? No, you guys don't hear like a leaf blower? Oh, Raphael, that would be you.
That would be me. The school behind me is open, and they're cleaning the courtyard as we speak right now.
I handle my leaf blowers out here, but apparently not everybody can do that. All right. Now, look who just showed up. Marky Model, part of JTS. Now, we're always working on the site, always working on different things, always changing, because there's some people out there who don't want to do the work for themselves. We don't need to worry about them. Marky Model, what is our JTS play of the day?
Coach, we are going to go with Tina Charles of the Connecticut Sun to go over 20 points and rebounds. She has been an absolute force, clearing this line in 7 of her last 9 games. And when she's on the road, she's been even stronger, hitting in 4 of her last 5. We're going to pair that with DG's Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets just to get 1 hit tonight. That's all he needs. He has been locked in at the plate, 12 straight cashes, put them both together for a plus 106, just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Absolutely love it. I went there the other day. I did a deep dive. There's so many things. We're going to have a new code for you coming up in the next couple of days. We're going to have a new code that we're going to be using, because the one thing that I despise is when somebody else wants us to do the work for them. That's not going to happen. But, Mark, I got to tell you, I was on the airplane coming home the other night, and I went in and looked at all the different models, and you got the numbers underneath the teams. Then you got NFL. You look at the numbers underneath the teams. It's a very simple site. I think people are really going to look forward to. I think they are.
Absolutely, Coach. It's a simple site, and we're trying to make it even easier for people to use so they understand when they're looking at those numbers, how to really take advantage of them.
That's what we're talking about. Hey, we're an infant. We're just getting started. This thing's not even a year old with us right here. So be a part of it and follow us on social media. We'll have all that kind of stuff. Gentlemen, well done to get day one started. Now, coming up, it's a weekend rewind that you guys do not want to miss. One of us has blackness in his heart about Ireland. Who is it? We're about to find out. Also, coming up bottom of the hour, we continue our countdown to the NFL season. We're talking about the Raiders, and we're talking about the Broncos, one of which was a playoff team a year ago. The question is, will either one be a playoff team this year with Pete Carroll back in the saddle again? And Tommy Fleetwood finally gets the job done. An ode to the man. Coming up, this is Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, live right here on Stadium.
What is a dimmer box? A dimmer box is a rugged portable speaker. It's a vault to hold all your things, keep them dry and safe, and it's a charger. You know, you're looking at 40 hours of playtime. So we charge this thing maybe once a week when we're traveling and adventuring. There's volume controls on the outside of the box here, so you can turn it up and down. If you have your phone inside there charging, it's nice and safe and dry. All right, so we're gonna hook the Deemer box to our phone. I'm gonna show you some tricks. You just hit the button on the front. You've got the battery gauge here. That lets you know how full your battery is. You got a volume here as well. So you just turn it on, go to your Bluetooth, Deemer box DV2, and it says when it's paired. Yep, and so inside the lid, if you're just jamming tunes and you're not around water or anything like that, you can leave this open. But if you're going into a wet or muddy, snowy environment, inside the lid right here is a plug. You undo this plug, it pops out, put it right in the top right here, give it a few turns, turn it on. Now you've got a waterproof speaker box. Now you can play it for the whales. I think there's a use for each individual person. The Deemer box, like this is mine with all my stickers, my things on it. You can kind of make them your own. That's part of the love of them. I have a connection with these because it's like a good belt or like a good pair of boots. You can cater your lifestyle to your Deemer box, but there's no other speaker that charges your things and holds all your stuff, keeps it dry and safe. That's what sets this apart. So I'd recommend y'all trying a Deemer box and bring it because it's so much more than a speaker.
Oh, you know, I've got mine right here. I love my Deemer box. All you got to do is go to deemerbox.com. Use Coach 10 as your code. You get 10% off the entire site. Doesn't matter what you get. We're back live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here live on the Stadium Network, presented by Afterburn the Movie in theater September 19th. Now, as we get closer to the NFL season, so many more big topics coming out of the world of sports. And you know that we're not just a sports betting brand. We love sports. We love to talk about it. And most of the time, it comes all the way back around to the actual sports betting. So at this time of the week, if you're tuning in every single week, especially after the NFL season starts, we're going to be looking back at the biggest things from the NFL weekend, but that's still 2 weeks away. For now, what tickled the fancy of my entire crew? Well, it's time for a little Weekend Rewind. All right. Before we get to the Weekend Rewind, I got some breaking news coming out. Rafael, I need you to hit on it right now. Ohio State, Texas, they meet this coming Saturday. Texas, the first #1 team ever to be an underdog in Week 1. What are you seeing on the total here, Rafael?
Total opened up at 50.5. Yesterday, pretty much all 50. This morning, my screen's lighting up. 47.5 now, the total. And one global book has 47. I have to check to see if there's any rain possible coming into Columbus. But wow, 3 points. That's a big difference.
It's also going to be the final broadcast for Lee Corso this coming weekend. I think it's going to be a tearjerker. He just turned 90 years old, but it's time. And I'm anxious to see what they do over the weekend. If you've never met Lee Corso in person, you'll understand why he's been beloved for so many years. He's just the nicest little old man you ever met, and found a niche. And in this world, finding a niche is really, really hard to do. It really, really is. All right. So Weekend Rewind, every single week we look back at some of the biggest stories in sports. And normally, I like to start with a positive. However, not today. As I was watching, and this man may not know this, but a few years ago when I was in high school, I had a point guard who had an older brother. The older brother played at Kansas State University. His name was Steve Henson. Steve went on to play in the NBA for 5 total years, and then he got into coaching. His younger brother was my point guard. Where did he go to college? He went to college at Kansas State University. He was a Wildcat. So when you tackle any topic that has to do with the Wildcats coming out of Manhattan, what they like to call the Little Apple, tread lightly. Mikey P, what are you going after today, sir?
You know, Coach, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. I cannot wait. College football is back. Not so fast, my friend, in the great words of Lee Corso, because there's smoke all over the field. It's raining, it's pouring, and the offensive showing is even more poor. 4 turnovers by both teams in the first 30 minutes, and this game doesn't make sense. Yes, they're 2 top 25 teams, Kansas State, Iowa State. Great ending, I'll give them that. But if you're going to have a game in Ireland to kick off the season, just make it simple. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I don't care about 2 Big 12 teams in Ireland. I don't want fireworks smoke taking up the entire first half. Weather is weather. I'm not going to get too poo-poo on that, but I am absolutely so embarrassed that that's the game of football I had to watch in the first 30 minutes.
Why are you embarrassed? It wasn't like you were playing.
Because I was excited, and then, like, let's say I had people come over. I have friends, Coach. Maybe I had people come over, and that's the game we had to watch.
Whoa. We all know that's not true. We all know that's not true because the better half would never allow you to have your friends over to the house. We know that. Adore her, by the way. Tell her I said hello. I cannot believe somebody just now. I will say this, that the smoke caused a bad injury for Kansas State's best player. And I may or may not have had Kansas State on the money line, minus 156, but I digress. Now, let's get to something positive because it seems like every single year under John Harbaugh, the Ravens start their season in August, unlike some other teams that wait until September. Rafael, my guy, where are you headed today?
Yes, you guys are all excited 10 days before week 1 in the NFL. Not me. I want more preseason games just for one team. I want Baltimore Ravens to play all their games preseason. This year, a perfect 3-0 straight up. A perfect 3-0 against the spread. That makes John Harbaugh 45-21 against the spread. This year alone, 3 straight cashes. Why are we playing regular season games, Baltimore? I like cash. Play preseason. Fantastic 3-0. They beat them 30-3, Washington. Oof.
Why are you shaking your head, DG?
He wants more preseason football.
I thought I misheard him on that one. Really? Let's play 5 weeks in the preseason. Let's get all of that. I will say this year, the offense has actually brought it. There was a lot of overs, which means in week number 1, we're going to play the unders. But also, I'm looking at totals in college games that involve the Memphis Tigers. Because what I heard coming out of the weekend, I actually thought it was incorrect information. So I got to come to my guy that lives there to get the right information. Hey, DG, where are you heading today, sir?
Yeah, over the weekend, we had a little social media post from the University of Memphis football team.
Okay.
Oh, great graphic. And I was kind of blown back because they're hosting walk-on tryouts right now. And no, it's not just like, hey, our team isn't good or we're looking to fill some extra spots. No, if you actually look at the graphic on it's going to say defensive backs. They want defensive backs because I guess they're all hurt or they don't have enough or maybe they all just suck. I don't know what's happening there in Memphis or at the university, but they're needing more defensive backs. And so they're going to host walk-on tryouts. It doesn't make sense. And as a fan of the team, which I'm not, but if I was a fan of the team, I would be dead right now because you're entering week 1 against Chattanooga and you're getting walk-ons to come try out. It doesn't make sense.
Think about you and with your recent exploits in your church league, I thought maybe you probably have 4 years of eligibility left. No?
I use 4 in baseball. I don't know if they cross over or not, but
they actually don't.
Oh,
so you would have 4 years left in football if you wanted to give it a shot. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be like 56-50 every single week. That kid was a tryout in August. Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. Well done, DG. Well done, Rafael. Well, thank you, Mikey. Now, what am I? Not even a rant. Today is an ode because when you have the attitude and you have the experience and you've gone through what Tommy Fleetwood has gone through, even in front of DG 2 weeks ago in Memphis, Tennessee, every single round in these 3 playoff events, listen to this for a second. Every single round, at the end of it, Tommy Fleetwood was inside the top 5. I'm talking 12 straight rounds. He was inside the top 5. That is dominant play. He played way better than Scotty Scheffler. But every so often, he would have a win snatched away from him. Who could forget it? The Travelers just a couple of months ago. Keegan Bradley, Captain America, got it done. But on this day, on this weekend, it was all about Tommy Fleetwood. How about his first PGA Tour win? How about $10 million first prize? How about in his 164th start? How about this number? 30 top 5s he had before getting his first win on the PGA Tour. Now, he had 7 wins on the DP World Tour, but the man yesterday, when you have all of your friends out there, the Justin Roses, the Rory McIlroys, the Shane Lowrys, all from Europe, waiting for you, to hug you, to dap you up, that deserves an ode this morning. Tommy Fleetwood, you have kept your attitude. You have kept a positivity that I don't think any of the rest of us could have ever done. But you did it. Congratulations. You're the 2025 FedEx Cup champion. You're a lot richer. But now all of those, when will it happen? Gone. Congratulations. DG, Tommy Fleetwood, I mean, the thing I'm most surprised at is how he kept so positive after all of these close calls.
Yeah, it was. And it was, honestly, it was great to see him and how he kind of held himself. But Coach, if I could just for a second, I'd love to go ahead and pat myself on the back, because on Coaching Company, I believe I might have said, yeah, it might suck, but I see a vision for Tommy Fleetwood that he ends up winning the whole thing. And I was made fun of. I was ridiculed. I was persecuted, but I was right.
As you were saying that, I just had a Venmo come through. And it was for my second place finish in my one and done golf. What do you call it? Golf pool, whatever it is. So it's kind of nice. I'm already ahead of the game. Oh, by the way, were you saying something about being right? What were you right about?
Fleetwood, he won the whole thing.
Mikey, were you on Fleetwood as well? Or is the island that DG lives on an island of one?
It's definitely an island of one. And listen, when I'm right, I don't have to brag. It just kind of comes naturally, right? So I just leave it alone.
You mean before or after you wear the Bears scarf with the painted finger? By the way, guys, Mikey was actually bragging on the road this past week when we were in Florida about trying to get me to paint my fingernails during the season. Is that something either one of you would ever do? Rafael?
Nope.
No.
DG?
No, but I do have to say, my kids get one wish for their birthday, and they have the last 2 years asked to paint my fingernails and toenails as the one wish that they get. And Coach, I let it happen because I'm a girl dad, and that's what you have to do.
Well, if The Rock wouldn't have posted a video doing it, I would actually come down on you. But I won't, because The Rock, you're lucky The Rock saved you today.
Thank you.
He saved you today. By the way, that's their one wish? What are we talking about? That's their one wish? They could get anything in the world.
Right.
They get another cat.
No.
No more moles in the backyard. They could ask for anything. And they asked for that. All right. Gentlemen, well done. Well done. All right. We're about halfway home. Coming up on the other side, our countdown to the NFL season continues. We're doing 2 teams a day. And we did the Chiefs and the who did we have? Oh, the Chargers on Friday. So today it's the Raiders and the Broncos as we complete the AFC West. Also, Micah Parsons, he just continues to be the gift that keeps on giving. What did he do now? Well, let's just say he must have been very tired during the Cowboys game over the weekend. Oh, I love being back in the friendly confines. It's Coaching Company, presented by Afterburn, live right here on Stadium.
Too easy.
Hello, mate.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't real cops, are you?
solar flare hit, we lost our humanity. You saw what people did to the world burn. The monsters they became. If we're to rebuild, we have to hold on to every masterpiece of human achievement. Jake, you have a gift for acquiring treasures.
And what would I be hunting down this time?
Mona,
The Mona Lisa?
in all her motherfucking glory.
Guessing you're my contact. We're headed to the worst place on the planet. There's nothing there but disease and warlords. Yeah, this is definitely a bad idea.
The world is a gladiatorial arena. A worthy opponent is hard to find.
I could have taken that guy.
You're welcome.
We just flew into a war zone. Jumped out of a plane for the first time. Got attacked by a tank. And all this for a painting? I don't get it. What's going on that everybody's willing to die for?
Want our world back, Jake, from these ages of chaos.
We got work to do. I love this song. They're all over us. How many tanks does this guy have? Oh, shit. How many tanks does this guy have?
Welcome back to Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, in theaters September 19th.
Oh, welcome back, and thank you to everybody over at Afterburn for trusting us here at Coach and Company. They'll be on board for at least the next month, out September 19th. Now, as many of you, and I turned the camera the wrong way, but maybe it should be a little wonky today on day freaking one. Because of all of you, we had to get to a certain number of subscribers, a certain number of watch hours on our YouTube channel, and you guys have done that for us, which now means that we can have completely separate channels. So we now have, starting today, and I just saw JC1 joining Kevin, Nonsense, Kimberly as brand new Coach and Company premium members. All you got to do is scan that QR code, become a member today. You get a brand new episode every single day, about between 5 and 10 minutes or so. And then you're going to get a ton of nighttime shows whenever I see fit. We call those emergency pods, and we want all of you to be a part of that. All right, we continue our countdown today to the NFL season, which starts next Thursday, September 4th, with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Those will be our two teams on that day, but today we're going back to the AFC West and the Raiders and the Broncos. Rafael, anything changing with Las Vegas?
Man, it's hard to follow that Afterburn trailer. That was great. But the Raiders have been in the news pretty much the last 24 hours. The Raiders have been calling Cleveland for a quarterback, maybe possible, since they lost their backup quarterback. Their total season wins right now is under 7.5. Money continues to flood in on the under at minus 155. Over the summer, we opened up at 6.5 total season wins. You could still get 6.5 at plus 120 on the under. If you think the Raiders are going to be bad, I do. I would take that plus 126.5, not 7.5.
So if you wanted 7.5, you're laying 55 cents, is what you're saying. Instead of plus 120 that some places still have at 6.5 if they have alternate lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would definitely take
What would you do? What would you do?
I would take the
I'm a
plus
cheap
120.
fan. You take the plus 120. You think they'll be at best 6-11 at best.
Tom Brady's going to feel what he doesn't feel a lot, losses.
I still can't believe they let him sit in the booth, but he's not allowed in the pre-game meetings. And for me, as an announcer, whenever I did games, those pre-game meetings, Rafael, they're the most important thing. The most important thing, and he can't sit in those now.
Shocking that he still has that job.
Well, $340 million over 10 years. He ain't going nowhere. Fox, thank you. All right, Rafael, you are the man. Appreciate you. All right, so if you're a Raiders bettor, you better get on board. If not, you better listen to this segment. It's time to bet the futures. All right, there are my boys, and Big Chuck is back. But I got to start with DG as I fix my camera one time. DG, let's start with the Broncos. They were the playoff team a year ago, but now we're heading into the sophomore season for their young quarterback. Will they be better?
I think they will be better. They went 10-7 last season. I expect them to repeat that. If not, maybe go a game up above that. Bo Nix is still a really good quarterback, in my opinion. Sean Payton's defense is legit as it is every single year that he coaches. I really think that this Denver team could be the sneaky team that jumps above the Harbaugh Chargers, above the Andy Reid Chiefs. I really do think that the Broncos, it could be their year this year.
Seem to be warming up to him. Do you agree with DG?
It definitely takes some time, especially we saw that at New Orleans. It kind of finds his groove as the years go on. Then he wears on you. But at this Broncos team, I kind of disagree with DG. I think this is the regression team in the division. I love the Chargers and the Chiefs, but I'm liking the under on these the totals. I mean, I think they're going to get off the 2 early wins with the Titans and the Colts, and everybody's going to be high on them. And then they're going to hit a little rough stretch. But I'm just looking at this one: Titans, Colts, Giants, Cowboys, Raiders, maybe twice, Jags, and kind of depending on the end of the season with the Chargers and the Chiefs, if they sit anybody, I'm thinking they may be at 8, 9 wins. Yeah, I'm like an under with this team. They're my regression team in the AFC West.
The regression stay on your toes team of the year for Big Chuck is the Broncos. Mikey P, let me come over to you, because when I hear all those teams that are on the Broncos schedule, it makes me automatically say, nope, I'm going to bet the over. But sometimes a schedule is either front loaded or back loaded. What did you make of the Broncos this year?
I'm actually going to ride with DG on here. I like the Broncos on the over because as good as Bo Nix was in his rookie year, the Broncos had to do more around him, and they did just that. They brought in Evan Ingram. They upgraded the running game with J.K. Dobbins and then a rookie in R.J. Harvey. And then when you talk about, it's not just Bo Nix. They have the Defensive Player of the Year from last year on their team. They brought in Dre Greenlaw. They just continue to add. The Broncos are a team that I think easily can get 10 wins this year.
You said easily get to 10 wins this year. Man, you're backing yourself into a corner today easily. So that'd be 10-7. I'm just trying to think here because I don't know which way to go with you guys. I think I'm going to side with DG and Mikey P. And Chuck, I hate doing that because I think it's going to be right around. I think this number is perfect because I think they're going to get equal numbers, right, on one side as opposed to the other. The question is, though, DG, are the Broncos, even at 10 wins, are they a playoff team?
I think they're a playoff team. I believe that they would go 11-6 this season. But it's because of the defense mainly is when you have that much talent on one side, but also in Denver being a home, you have that part of, being in Colorado, being in Denver on your side, the mile high, that is tough to play in. And so because of that, I think that they have a home field advantage that not every team has. And you get to week 8, week 9, you're like, oh my God, I do not want to go into mile high right now. And that's just part of it. And so I think that they're good enough on offense, but their defense is legit again for them to make the playoffs.
But it is juice to the over at -140. And sometimes, Chuck, the juice is worth the squeeze. Is it here?
No, sir. I'll definitely go with the no. I think this 9-8 team, possibly, I think they could maybe get to 9 wins. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good enough to get in the stacked AFC playoffs. I'll ride with the no, Coach Man.
So we got yes and a no. Mikey P, what about you?
An absolutely yes. I'll back myself into a corner. I really like this Broncos team. The biggest thing about the Broncos for me is Bo Nix had to figure it out quickly with Sean Payton. He did just that. They should only get better from here.
I agree. I hate talking good about anybody in the AFC West. It's not something that my heart can do. But I got to agree with you. I think the Broncos are a really good team. Sean Payton obviously is a Super Bowl winning coach. So I got to give them credit. I'm going to say, yes, they do get it in. All right, let's flip it over to the Raiders now. Now, you see the number. You just heard Rafael talk about how it's moved from 6.5 to 7.5 and currently juiced very high to the under at minus 155. DG, your thoughts on the Raiders' new head coach and some new personnel?
Yeah, the Raiders last year, 4-13, not great, obviously, but you do get rid of a coach that wasn't that great, lost the locker room. And now you have Pete Carroll, who is a legit good coach. I think he can coach this team up. But I look at Geno Smith. A lot of people don't believe in Geno, and I understand that part. But he won a lot of times that he's played. And so because of that, I really like this team and the Raiders. I'm high on them as well. I think they could go 8-9, 9-8, right at the 500 number. They missed the playoffs, as we'll talk about that. But I still think that they are a legit team. Plus 130, coach, 8. I think they get there.
It's worth just a little sprinkle, I think. The other thing that the Raiders also have playing in their favor is how the NFL does their schedule. And we talk about it a lot, but we also like to welcome in the newbies. If you're brand new to the sports world of sports betting, this is where you want to be because everybody is welcome here. And when you're thinking about a fourth place schedule, Chuck, then you're going to play against some of the teams that were bad a year ago. That absolutely factors in to this number. Your thoughts?
I'm liking the under on this one. I was really looking to see where they would get some wins because I think their first 3 games are going to be really tough. They're going to get the revised Patriots, Chargers, then Commanders. Then they have the Bears. That's a new look Bears also. So they could be 0-4 before facing the Colts. Then they got the Colts, Titans, Jags. They could possibly pick up 3 wins. Then a Cowboys, Browns, Giants. I'm thinking maybe at the end of the schedule, it's all going to really come down to if the Chargers and the Chiefs rest anyone, if they're already in the playoffs, then we could possibly look at sneaking over. But I would probably even look at alternate numbers under on this Raiders team. Think they're going to have a little bit of a struggle in the first year of Pete Carroll, then maybe look at them next season. I'm liking the under.
All right. Very good. When I look at the end of the season that you just talked about, the last 4 weeks at Philly, at Houston, those are 2 away games. But then, and this is what the NFL does, they will throw in, Mikey, a couple of home games. Go, oh, we gave you the 2 home games in the season against the Giants and the Chiefs because they know that it's going to suck and nobody's going to care. So, Mikey, your thoughts, do the Raiders make the playoffs this year?
Absolutely not. And on their season total wins, I am definitely going under 7.5. 6 might be a stretch. Just because you move locations does not mean your household stays the same. So Pete Carroll and Geno Smith reunite in Las Vegas. That's great. Doesn't mean anything. Ashton Gensy's everyone's favorite player of the year, his favorite rookie. Listen, they had one good rookie in Brock Bowers last year. The Raiders are not going to be anything worth a sniff this year.
DG, 20 seconds. Playoffs or no?
No, I don't think they make the playoffs, but that plus 300, if it was like plus 400, I would maybe sprinkle on it.
Wow. So they've set the number incorrectly for DG. Right now, you can hear them all scrambling over BetMGM and FanDuel and Draft. DG set up plus 400. Gentlemen, well done. Tomorrow, we take a look at the Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams, of course, playing in a stadium that our good friend Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, is going to try and sell out next March. Over 100,000 for a comedy show. I'll be in attendance. You know what time it is. Speaking of comedy, it was kind of funny what Micah Parsons did during the Cowboys' latest preseason game that has his head coach saying, I'm going to talk to him. What is it? We'll discuss next. It's Coach and Company, day 1, right here live on Stadium.
In the office of WCW throughout the entire weekend. I show up at WCW. All I know is Hogan's agreed to the finish.
Second finish.
Bro, we are like literally, Bubba, 90 minutes from the show. 90 minutes. Bischoff comes up to me. Oh, bro, You better go in the trailer and talk to Hulk. He's not doing the finish. I'm like, what are you talking about? He agreed to do. That's what pissed me off. Not his creative control. He agreed to do the finish. Now you're going to tell me 90 minutes before the show he's not going to do it? But, bro, that's how they worked.
Like, well, not only that, but I mean, that finish. Now, listen, you saved face with what you did, but that finish would have been King Kong.
Absolutely.
That finish would have probably maybe pivoted the company a little bit. It would have made it more believable. It was, like you said, he was King Kong. It would have made great for Booker T, who deserved the strap. And you know what? So, like, I don't know what happened unless it was Bischoff that got in his mind, because I didn't go to that pay-per-view. But I don't know what happened.
All right, you can see the entire episode with Bubba the Love Sponge. Right now, it is live in your BTT YouTube page. And again, 2 separate pages. It went almost 2 full hours. I'm telling you, if you're just driving around or you just want to listen to it, we also have the audio part of Believe Network. You can download your podcast there. This is an interview that you absolutely have to listen to if you are interested in the life and times of Hulk Hogan, who recently passed away at the age of 71. And once again, thank you to Bubba the Love Sponge for giving us so much time last week. Coach and Bro, by the way, today, a brand new live show. We do it on Mondays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can be a part of it today as well. All right, we continue on today. The vibe is fantastic. And we're calling this Day Freaking One. We are back live on the Stadium Network, Bally Sports Live, in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's Coach and Company here live on Stadium at Bally Sports Live. We are back in the friendly confines. I have no trips planned. At least through most of the NFL season. Maybe one to Florida. We'll see. But we are here. We are ready to go, and we'll be fired up for all of our content across all of the shows today. 4 big shows on tap. But, gentlemen, I need to see my guys because over the weekend, there's always a topic. Usually it's LeBron James in the NBA season. But, DG, Micah Parsons, this is your team. This is your squad. And Jerry Jones, as we learned in the Netflix documentary, if you guys have watched it, he's really good at borrowing money. In fact, he brags about borrowing money. He doesn't need any money to pay Micah Parsons. And he claims that he's offered him the highest guaranteed money deal, but it's his agent's fault. But we take it a step further. Micah Parsons decided to lay down on a training table on the sidelines in their game this weekend. But DG, Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach, says, I'm going to talk to him about that. What did you make of Micah Parsons and his actions?
What I see is a young kid that may be getting some bad advice in, hey, how to not be a professional. Because in this instance, you have to be a professional if you want to be treated like a professional. Sometimes you do things that aren't the best. And I think that Micah Parsons will look back on that and say, bad decision, especially when he talks to his coach about how it looked and how it honestly represents the team.
And there's been some narratives out there. And this is the one thing that I currently do not have an agent. I've had one my entire career. If you're out there watching right now, call me. I need one. But I haven't had an agent in 10 years because I didn't want to pay 10% because they didn't adjust to how the world is changing. Now, sports agents, Mike, you're kind of the same way. And Micah Parsons, I think he forgets that his agent works for him, not the other way around. And if he throws out a guaranteed money deal, the highest of anybody ever, and you're going to walk away from that to be franchise tagged not once but twice, he's definitely going to probably regret all of this.
Yeah, if that is exactly what Jerry Jones offered, right? We have to take Jerry's word for what it is. But yeah, if I'm Micah Parsons and I find out that is true, yeah, me and my agent are going to have a little bit of a talk. And there's your walking papers. Honestly, though, Schottenheimer saying he has to talk to Micah Parsons. Brian, go upstairs, talk to the owner. Let's figure this out. I don't want this distraction coming into week number 1. Get him on the field. Enough is enough.
I agree. Big Chuck, your thoughts on Micah being apparently very tired on the sidelines?
I can't believe they even have him on the sidelines, knowing that he's disgruntled going through contract negotiations, but he definitely doesn't want to burn any bridges. We know that these owners are a fraternity. You don't want to burn bridges, and I would definitely speak up. He has a voice in these negotiations. Hey, if you have to take a little bit less, so be it. Go ahead and get the deal done if that's where you want to be. But I still don't understand why he was even on the sidelines.
Rafael, why was he on the sidelines in your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with Big Chuck. I think him laying on the table not only hurt Dallas, but hurt his trade value. Who wants to trade for this guy that's being so distracted, so disrespectful on the sideline? So I think it hurt his wallet more than anything.
It's bad. It's a bad look. It just is a bad look. I think they want him on the sidelines so he can help the other players, especially the young ones, go through tape and go through what's going on. That's what the preseason is played for. But that wasn't it. So we'll see as they now have 10 days from game one, and every topic on every show is will Micah Parsons be in the lineup on week one, Thursday night against the defending Super Bowl champs. I think they probably need him. All right, gentlemen, I think we're going to have 5 straight winning days, but you can't have 5 if you don't have 1. It's time to lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less, 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. DG, big boy, start us off.
Let's go with Francisco Lindor over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's at -115. Lifetime 429 versus Christopher Sanchez. He's going to stay hot tonight and cash for us. Then let's go with Vinny Pasquantino. There's no reason that this line should be as low as it is. We need 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at -120. If his name was Aaron Judge, this line would be out of control. Cash Vinny tonight.
And he plays for who?
Kansas City Royals.
My Royals. Thank you. I-70. Thank you, Kansas City. Thank you. Rafael, big boy, go.
Baseball, we're going to take the Brewers. First 5, -0.5, -3 nickels. Brewers lost Saturday and Sunday. And last time I checked, the Cubs just swept the Angels. And now they're only 5 games back of Milwaukee. Milwaukee wins easily tonight against the Diamondbacks. And then in basketball with the WNBA, we're going to take my girl, MVP Wilson, +115 to have more rebounds than Seabass's girl, Angel Reese. I think Wilson is just on fire. The Aces are on fire. It's going to be an easy W for them.
Seabass's wife somewhere saying, hold my beer, please. All right, Big Chuck. I love me a little 3 p.m. Eastern time. EPL, go.
We like to say day soccer in the EPL, Newcastle, Liverpool. We're going to go with the both teams to score in over 2.5 that is cashed in 5 of their last 6 meetings. Plus, I like the Magpies as dogs on this spot. So go ahead and give me Newcastle first half, team total over half a goal as they're coming off a season where they averaged 1.1 first half team goals at home.
Very interesting. Hashtag, do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Yeah, we're all the way back, damn it. Oh, easy there, producer man. We're not quite at the JTS play of the day. I need Mikey P so he doesn't get his little feelings hurt that we cut him out. Mikey, what is your best bets today?
On the money line, Kodai Senga is on the mound for New York. He is 5-1 at home this season. That's a +107. And Bryce Miller, a guy who had 171 strikeouts last season. All he needs is 4 against the Padres, who strike out 7.5 times per game on the road. Give it -125.
Gentlemen, we all have 2 plays. I'm going to say we have a 6-2 day. I think we have a 6. I think Charles hits his 2. I feel like, yeah. I don't know, DG. I don't know. All right. Our JTS play of the day is what, Marky Model?
Talk about winning plays, Coach. We're going to go with Tina Charles of the Connecticut Sun to get over 20 points in rebounds, something she's done in 4 of her last 5 on the road, averaging almost 24 combined. We're going to pair that with Francisco Lindor of the Mets to get at least 1 hit tonight. He's been locked in, 12 straight cashes. Put them both together for a +106. Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Absolutely. Go over to Justice Stats. Follow them on the X. Go to justicestats.com, and you can sign up. We're going to have a brand new code probably by tomorrow, Mark. Yes? All right. Very good. All right. Now, every single day, we like to make you a little smarter. Rafael, talk to me.
Going to the baseball diamond. The home team has won each of their last 7 games between the Pittsburgh Pirates and St. Louis Cardinals. Take the Cardinals today.
Take the Cardinals today. I got to watch them last week, by the way, down in Miami when I was there for the PFL. And do you know they have a new guy named Church? He's hitting like 100, but he just got called up on the Saturday. We're there on the Tuesday. I sat next to his dad. Do you know how many family members flew into Miami? The kid is from Long Beach, from 30 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Sitting next to a dad, think about this, who just had his son called up to the bigs for the very first time 3 days prior. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? How cool would that be?
Yeah, pretty awesome. You only get one first time, right, Coach? So you have to go if you're the parent or any kind of a friend. You're just going. You got to show up.
Just going. You got to show up. And then they went to Tampa where they played over the weekend as well. And they hit a little over yesterday if you're playing the over. Chuck, if you know, you know. All right. Once again, we want to publicly thank Afterburn for coming on board for the next month in theater September 19th. Gentlemen, well done. Do not forget a full slate of shows today across the board, 2 to 4 Eastern. It's Off the Ropes on Sirius XM, channel 156. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern time, right back on our BTT YouTube channel, it's the Coach and Bro Show. And then, of course, late night, 10:30, it's The Last Word. But now there is only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Mikey P, DG, Rafael, Big Chuck, and producer man always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single weekday. This is the one and only Coach and Company, presented by Afterburn, live as always on Stadium. Have a great day.